Hey, I'm Eric. I'm working on some stuff. I'm gonna demo it. It's all around this game I've made called the Godkiller. I don't know why I have to talk in this cadence all the time, but it does make me feel kind of tough, even if I'm not. Yeah, once you get stuck in a cadence, you just keep on talking like that, and that's a problem at times when maybe you wanted to talk in a different way. Like if somebody asked you how you felt about flowers, and you said flowers are beautiful, they're very beautiful. And anyways, let me quit screwing around. All right, there we go. What we got? Okay, we're putting together a patch, and that patch will be released. I'm just gonna say March 1st. It might drop a little early. And I say a patch, that's kind of anachronistic, because what happens with Steam is you just get an updated version, you get a new build. But patch, where does that even come from? A patch means there's like a partial update to a binary or some other piece of the thing that makes your software work, and that's where it comes from. But in truth, there's no differential or delta to your game. You just get a whole thing uploaded to you or downloaded to you. But yeah, I'm gonna patch it up. What do we got though? There's a bunch of small bugs I fixed, and then I picked the two bugs that were bothering me the most. One's not actually a bug. Set resolution for better performance. I'll demo that in a second. The other one that was a real big deal was music cutting out on two levels, deep hit and the glyphery. I was just pausing for a moment to think if I was going to spoil anything, because I would like this to be very spoiler free. And I'll give you a good warning if it's suddenly not. Okay, so there were two levels that had music cutting out, and it's because of this bug in Unity that I have to write this little hack to get it to not cut out. That's it, and that's fixed. But there was this guy, his name was Danny. He had a Twitch stream, and he was also a voice actor in the game. And there was one level, the glyphery, where he had a series of lines. He played a long time to get to the point. He was very excited to where he was delivering his line. The character in the game was doing his lines. He was streaming it, and his character starts talking and just stops mid-sentence and cuts out. And Danny is like so disappointed. Like he played for hours and hours and hours and hours to get to the one point in the game where he could see this. That should be fixed now. I'm sure Danny is still scarred. Let's demo the resolution setting. I'll explain what the reasoning is for it too. So I'll just hit play on this. Mild spoiler, you'll see the very beginning of a level, but I won't play into the level. I'll just go to the settings screen. Okay. So now on the settings screen, there's this screen resolution setting here. And it defaults to whatever you've got it set to natively when you launch the game. So if you are running at the highest resolution possible on your computer, maybe it's going to be a little bit slow. You'll notice frame drops. Your frame rate will maybe be. It's not actually the same thing as a frame drop. People always say frame drops, but a low frame rate is not the same thing as a frame drop. It just means the number of times that you render is lowered. So instead of an ideal 60 frames per second, which will match your monitor's refresh rate, you might get 10 frames per second, and then it starts to look playable, but it feels bad. If you go down to 4 or 2, most people are not going to stick it out and keep playing the game at that point. And some people had trouble like that. Some people had trouble just on some levels. This gives them an option. They can take this to 1920 by 1080 is actually a really good resolution. It still looks pretty nice, you know. It's a good default resolution to try out. Anyways, you can take it down to there, and if you had like a giant monitor and everything was rendering at the highest resolution like this, then some things might cause a low frame rate. So this should let some people who are having a lot of trouble playing the game be able to play it. Although, if I'm honest, those people go away and tend not to come back. So I probably already lost, you know, maybe 10 or 20 players just because the demo didn't run very well. So when the patch goes out, it'll have this feature in it. So that'll be March. I might demo something that's just a little bit silly. This is a 3-dimensional game. Let me go to one of the earlier levels, so it's only a mild spoiler. Symmetric Helix, that's a pretty good one. That one you'll see in the first 15 minutes or so of playing the game. Except I didn't call it Symmetric Helix as a file name. I called it something else. Is it Slightly Low Basement? Let's try this one. Okay. This one's not bad. Okay, I'll show it to you first in perspective so you can see what the game is usually like. I'm going to do a strange tweak to it. It'd be like, what if the game was 2D? So typically, I'm in the editor now, not actually playing the game. Typically, the camera would be in a view like maybe like that, and as your player walks around, it'll follow. Yeah, I could just, instead of talking about that, I'll just demo it real quick. It won't take long. And then I'll switch to the 2D view, which is not an official thing. It's not something to release. It's just a little experiment. Okay. Never mind what she's saying. Mild spoilers.
But every person I meet makes me feel even more alone.
Okay. In fact, I will turn off the dialogue. Let's turn off faces, subtitles, speech, back. Just for spoiler proofing. Okay. So camera control follows around the player pretty closely. You can go up and down. Okay. So I just wanted to show that in case somebody's watching this, they didn't really understand what the original camera stuff was like before I tweak it. Okay. So now, if I take the player camera and I say, let's make it not a perspective camera, but an orthographic view camera. Okay. And then also let's turn off this guy post-processing so it doesn't look blurry. Oh, I should have done maximize. Hold on, I might have to restart it. Okay. Hold on. Bad showmanship. Turn on maximize. Hit play. All right. Here we have 2D. Turn off the speech. Turn off the subtitles. Turn off M's lovely face. Continue. There we go. So it's definitely not something I'd want just throw into the game because there's lots of weirdness, but it is kind of interesting to see like what this would look like if it was 2D. Okay, it's doing this vertical camera movement or movement on one axis. Which is a little strange to look at, but that's not bad. That's like it's understandable. Well, it's understandable to me who's played the game 5 million times. But yeah, you could make a pretty good 2D view type version of this if you designed it that way cosmetically and level wise and everything from the beginning, or if you made quite a few changes to get it to a point where it was nice to play this way. But it isn't too bad. It does make me wonder if I should throw this in as some kind of Easter egg. Alright. So, I'm going to end the stream pretty quick here. By the way, these noon streams I'm doing, I'm going to try to do them same time every Sunday. But I'm not using Twitch really as the proper streaming way, you know, where you just stay on for a long time. I'm just recording a quick demo, which I'll export to YouTube and other people see it there. And if people happen to want to talk to me, they'll know basically what time I'm going to show up with chats and all that. But for the most part, I'm just using Twitch kind of like just a way to record a video that I'll post on YouTube. And yeah, so that's it. I'm going to stop here. Oh, what's coming up? I'm doing some more work on fixing bugs for another patch in April. And also I'm going to do some work on Chirp too, so I can get to a point where it's releasable. Chirp is a tool for recording audio. And it ties into the Chapter 2 sequel of the game. Alright, I think let's stop the stream there. Stopping the stream!